We are back with another edition of Blue Jay Journal TV at Washington High School. I am Megan Duncan.
And I'm Allison Meyer. Today we're going to take a closer look at something near and dear to my heart, girls wrestling.
We are also going to learn more about thrifting and the pitfalls of isolation.
But first, let's take a closer look at energy drinks.
In 2019, energy drink sales in America reached $3.4 billion. Energy drink consumption is prevalent in American culture, including use by teens.
Sometimes if I'm feeling like drowsy or anything and need like an energy shot, I'll just pound one real quick and then I'm good to go.
I usually drink them around like nighttime, and it'll get me going like probably an extra hour or two.
I do not drink energy drinks, and it is because they're unhealthy for you. A lot of sugar that's unneeded.
Teenagers are definitely consuming more energy drinks than they used to. They consume about 5 to 6 times more than they did 15 years ago. About 1 in every 3 teenagers reports using energy drinks on a regular basis.
It's no secret that teens consume energy drinks, but what health consequences do teens face by doing so?
We will see some kids that have fast heart rates, so heart rhythm problems, anxiety. If they take too much, they can actually have seizures. And then in athletes, and then people using them during hot months, we'll see heat illness like heat stroke and such.
Yeah, I've drinking a couple before a basketball game, and I'm standing there, and it feels like I can run a mile. I can do anything.
If you're drinking 2, 3, 4 energy drinks a day, you're getting a mega dose of caffeine. On the mild end, we can see things like sleep disturbances, dehydration. On the severe end, we could even see things like heart palpitations, heart rhythm abnormalities, elevated blood pressure, and even ER visits because of that.
Dr. Brett Riegel and dietitian Daniel Clapper believe the risks of energy drinks should be considered more closely and offer the following warnings.
I'll give them the same advice that I gave all the teams that I've coached over the years, as I told them not to use them at all because they're just too much caffeine in a small amount, and they just cause too many problems.
What teenagers can get energy from is first an overall healthy, balanced diet. And then they need to get some exercise. 60 minutes a day of regular physical activity is really good for energy and mood levels. And then last and probably most importantly, get enough sleep. Teenagers need about 9 hours of sleep, and they're usually only getting about 7. So get to bed at a decent time so that you can get a good 9 hours of sleep.
If you consume energy drinks, perhaps now is a good time to take a closer look at what you put into your body. It's never too late to change your habits. For Blue Jay Journal TV, this is Eric Jones reporting.
This is the second year the Lady Jays wrestling program has been officially recognized as a school-sanctioned sport in Missouri. With that said, the program has really taken off. Randy Jenkins has the details.
If they wrestle for this program, it doesn't matter if they're on the boys or girls team, they're wrestling for this program.
With wrestling, it was like a girl's sport instead of just a guy's sport, like a girl doing a guy's sport. It's now girls doing a girl's sport.
They think that you're bad just because you're a girl, but then they'll watch you and they realize, oh, they actually understand how to wrestle because they can do it too.
I think they just work really hard. They go to all the practices, they get there on time, and they all work hard, and they all want to get better. The things that I have been able to see, they're doing really good.
The bond they share as a team fuels their success on the mat and helps them overcome the myth that wrestling is a predominantly male sport.
We're more of a family than a team. Like with basketball, we're kind of separated in a way. We have freshmen and varsity and JV, that's their way of separating. But with girls wrestling, we're completely together. There's no freshmen, there's no JV, it's just together.
Once they created it as a sport, you saw how many girls came out for it and how strong they are and how much willpower it takes to keep going to practice every day. Once you tap into that, you don't really know what you're capable of until you try it.
The Lady Jays are surrounded by a support system of not only teammates and fans, but also their dedicated coaching staff.
I have a lot of expectations for everyone, and whether a boy or a girl, they're all going to live up to those, and we try to set our goals higher than most people probably think are attainable, and I hope they live a certain lifestyle in the classroom and on the mat and things like that.
I'd say Coach Ohm has inspired me because he's lately he's been you're not wrestling like a girl, you're wrestling like a wrestler. That makes me feel good because now we're just not that gender, we are wrestlers.
If you are interested in being a part of the Lady Jays wrestling program, contact one of the coaches or our current wrestler. For Blue Jay Journal TV, I am Randy Jenkins reporting.
I know I enjoy some time alone and some personal space, but when does it go too far? Jocelyn Dixon brings us the story.
It can be easy to feel alone or isolated in a large school like Washington High School.
One of the things I think that's important to figure out for every individual is the difference between isolation versus solitude. Necessarily being alone isn't in itself a bad thing. Too much isolation is bad for anyone.
Students at Washington High School are trying to find simple ways to build connections and fight isolation.
In school, I always try to be as friendly as possible. Just trying to make sure that everyone is involved, you know?
I was told that I was making people happy just by smiling, and one of my friends told me to always keep smiling.
However, professional licensed counselor Lori Bryson says that before being kind to others, you have to be kind to yourself.
I would suggest that every student or teacher begin with themselves. That can start with doing things that allow you to kind of be present.
I think it's a nice thing to know that people are friendly. A lot of people, they are interested in my life.
Yet, in today's hectic world, it's not always easy to slow down and connect with others.
If you're kind to somebody else, they can be kind to somebody else.
Start to pay attention and start to be more present. It's normal to be in a hurry and overlook others. And so even if once during your school day we can try to notice someone and say hi to someone we haven't said hello to before, those kind of things matter over time.
People are like kind to me or do kind things. It like makes my day better.
Everybody be kind to everybody, then the world's a better place.
Just because our school is a busy, crowded place, remember it's still important to make connections. For Blue Jay Journal TV, I'm Jocelyn Dixon reporting. Who doesn't like a good sale?
Right? I know I don't like spending too much money.
If you are like Allison and I and want a good item without breaking the bank, the next story is just for you.
More and more people are giving pre-loved clothing a second chance at life, and for a good reason.
I prefer thrifting over department stores because of the price, obviously, and finding unique, different things, something different than what everybody else is wearing.
And when you're thrifting, it's like there's always something new there. You get a lot more of a variety to choose from.
You can afford higher end items than you normally couldn't at department store prices.
Thrifting is not only budget friendly and helps you express individuality, but it is better for the environment. Fast fashion is one of the biggest polluters in the world.
Donating clothes is really important because you're not wasting any clothing.
Clothes are just going to go to the trash if you don't wear them, so it's better just to give them out.
You're giving someone else clothes that they really like.
Thrifting can be overwhelming and intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. These people are thrifting experts. Here are their best tips.
Go frequently, as much as possible. Don't feel discouraged if you don't find anything your first few times.
Always keep an open mind about things. Even if you see something and you're like, I don't know, just try it on anyways.
Take the time to go through everything.
Look in other sections, even if you're looking at women's, look in men's. That's very important to make sure you inspect everything before you buy it, because a lot of times you look at it and there's stains on it or rips, and it doesn't do you any good.
Now that you've learned about thrifting, maybe it's time you give it a try. For Blue Jay Journal TV, I am Natalie Osterly reporting.
And that wraps up this edition of Blue Jay Journal TV.
We will be back in a few weeks with another show just for you. But until then, visit us at bluejayjournal.com or check out our social media accounts.
We can be found on Facebook at Blue Jay Journal TV and on Twitter at Blue Jay Journal.
Don't forget, we also have our weekly announcements on the Friday show too.
Until next time, I'm Allison Meyer.
And I'm Megan Duncan, signing off for Blue Jay Journal TV. Thanks for watching!